Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is the creative struggle. The struggle that a lot of artists face when trying to create something out of their head or do something that hasn't been done before, or at least is difficult for them. So there's a lot to cover, and let's get into it.
There are many things that can be frustrating about the creative process, and I want to help you guys to make the most out of all your creative pursuits. So I've narrowed down the most frustrating things into 3 categories that should hopefully help you guys avoid some of the common pitfalls that people face and get straight to making amazing things that are personally fulfilling to you. The first is a lack of vision. Vision is very important and cannot be overlooked. Taking a moment to clarify what you would like to achieve and start asking better questions will ultimately save you lots of time and heartache. I like to let ideas build in my mind before I start to work on them. Sometimes the idea for a painting or a drawing will sneak up on me, and other times it seems like it grabs me and holds me. No matter how the idea or vision comes to you, it's important to make the most of your creative vision and learn to focus it over time. The next topic I would like to talk about is motivation. I wish I had a hack for you guys that would give you endless motivation to get through the lulls in your project. But the truth is, I too have times of low motivation. In fact, I often am chasing the next shiny thing and forget to take the time to finish a project. I could start projects all day and with the best intentions, but when it gets to the middle and inches towards the end, things start to feel more like work, and willpower seems to leave me, and I just can't seem to summon the motivation to look at the project for one more moment. Now, let's talk about perfectionism for a minute. I struggle with this, and I'm never happy with the end result of a project. I spend all my day looking for flaws, and it's hard for me to stop looking for them and to enjoy a piece of art for what it means or what it could be. Now, I'm not going to propose that you put out something that isn't finished, but sometimes when you're putting the finishing details on something, it can be so time consuming, and you can also start second guessing yourself. And if you second guess yourself for long enough, you may never post or put that creation out into the world. So, what I'm proposing is that you learn a way to not let your perfectionism get in the way of creating something really good, and not being afraid to share that with the world, even though it may not be 100% perfect. At least something shared that's good enough is better than something that was never shared. Because if you never share, people can't understand what you're thinking, or they're not going to understand the creative process that you have going on in your mind. And you may, by not sharing, you may have lost an opportunity to inspire somebody else. And when you go down that rabbit hole, you just never know what the chain effect could be. Now, before I get to my last topic, take a minute to subscribe to my channel. It's free and it only takes a moment. Plus, it could possibly rip a small hole into the space-time continuum, disrupting our current future and leading us all into a brighter future where we'll be more creative and happy. You don't believe me? Well, hit the subscribe button and prove me wrong. Alright guys, the last topic I want to talk about is lack of resources. And that's literally the last thing I want to talk about. Both in I don't want to talk about it and it's my last point. Just kidding. So, resources obviously can be a huge advantage when someone's doing something creatively. If you don't have the proper resources, you don't have enough time, you don't have people who's around you who support you or can help you, it can really be detrimental to your success as a creator. I would love to sit here and tell you that resources don't make a difference and there's always a creative way to find your way around having the proper resources to do the job. But in reality, you really need to just find a way to get the resources, because without them, you'll be frustrated continually. And one creative way could be, instead of using the highest quality things, you can use things that are of a lesser quality but passable. For instance, if you don't have a tripod, you may be able to lean your phone up on a shelf or prop it up in some other way. A lot of these things you can get away with when you're just starting out creatively. But as you progress, you also need to think about how you look to other people and presenting a good image out to people. And you're not really going to get away with propping up your phone in a photo shoot with somebody or your camera. So over time, you really need to invest, and that's gonna really cut down on your frustration, because if you give yourselves the tools to be creative and unleash that creativity, you'll never know exactly what benefit you can achieve, and the results are gonna make you more happy and fulfilled. So that's the truth when it comes to lack of resources. A lot of the times, it's not that you really have a lack of resources. It's the fact that you're not willing to give yourself the resources that you need creatively. You have to make it a point to cultivate those resources and work towards getting more and invest in yourself. From one frustrated creative to another, I hope this helped you out. And if you'd like, there's more videos on my channel you can watch. And as always, guys, have fun and see you in the next video.